What's going on, everyone, and welcome to the TC Trading channel. So in today's video, we're going to be diving into how to use the Webull scanner or the screening feature on Webull to pick winning stocks. So right now we are on our Webull platform, our layout right here, large charting feature. There's a lot of ways to customize layouts, and there's a lot of stuff we've talked about in prior videos, going over a full Webull walkthrough, desktop, mobile app, all that stuff. Very similar in terms of the mobile app scanning features and the desktop. You're just going to see it, I guess, on a different layout, right? Obviously, desktop, you're going to see, I guess, a bigger screen. You're going to see things a little bit easier, but you can scan for pretty much the exact same things on mobile as well. So if you have more questions on Webull after this video, definitely check out our Webull playlist. We have a lot of tutorial videos in there going over a lot of different features when it comes to this platform. So over on the left-hand side, we want to take a peek at this guy right here. This icon is the screener icon. That's what you want to click over to on the desktop platform. Then you're going to come over to a page that looks like this. And I know it's a lot. It is definitely a lot when you first look at it, but we can, of course, simplify this down and make it a lot easier to see by customizing our different features we want to scan for. So first off, what I will say is that you can start off by naming this scan. So what we're going to do is name it test, and I'm going to call this scan a test, and then we can start adding in filters. So what we may want to do right off the bat is add in, okay, let's look for stocks in the US. We want to look for different exchanges. We can sort by exchanges, for example. Then we can set our sector. So we can set a lot of that stuff right off the bat. Now, let's say you're looking at a time, right now, we're looking at a time where EV stocks, electric vehicle stocks, are quite hot. So maybe I want to start looking for renewable. I want to start looking in that alternative energy sector. I want to look at that sector. I also may want to look at stocks that fit a certain criteria for me that I like to trade. That's where I'll actually have the market cap and price selections set. So we can do that for sure here in this video on this scan. We'll talk about some of these features, and then we'll dive into some features that are going to be very, very helpful and beneficial to you that you want to make sure you look for. Okay, so you can do all that stuff. Then on top of that, we can also click on this technical indicators tab right here. I would highly recommend you do that. That's going to be very, very crucial, and that's going to be very, very helpful for us to pick stocks to trade. Okay, so let's start right there. Let's click on volume as well. And now let's start by scanning for stocks that fit our criteria here. And of course, there's a lot of other indicators that you can sort from and a lot of other criteria you can sort from. But for the purpose of this video, we want to look for stocks that have quality risk reward, right? We're risking less than our reward in a hot sector, okay? If you do that, you're putting yourself right there in a very good spot. So I'm going to keep the region United States. I'm going to click on exchange. I'm going to select all for the purpose of this video, and then sector. Here we go. So I'm going to click on renewable energy. So I'm going to sort by renewable energy sectors. Now, of course, when you're watching this video, if you notice a certain sector is really hot, maybe real estate, maybe banking, maybe, healthcare. If the certain sector is super hot, for example, back in the pandemic, healthcare was crazy, right? If we really you can hone in on those sectors with a scan very simple like this. Now, for me, I like to trade small cap stocks because I see a lot more reward with those stocks. Yeah, you bring on a lot more risk, but the way we're going to scan for these stocks, we're actually going to minimize that risk. Okay, so we're looking for stocks that move. And so what I'm going to look for is I'm going to look for stocks that I'm going to go from 0 billion in terms of market cap, and I'm going to actually cap this out at, let's say, just about like 1.5 billion or so. I can actually come in here and edit that to about 1.5 billion. I would classify that as kind of like the small to lower end mid cap range, right? Now, price points, I'm going to kind of zoom in here, and I'm going to look for stocks that are, let's say, under $50. Just personal preference in this situation. Now, when it comes to volume, this is very, very crucial. You need to make sure this is a selection you have. I'm going to go to the top end. I don't care how much volume a stock has on the high end. I want more. The more volume, the better, right? That means the more liquidity I can get in, I can get out, right? But in terms of volume, I want to make sure that I'm capitalizing or I'm finding stocks that have volume, but I don't want to find stocks that have absolutely no volume. So for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from about 2 million, okay? So about 200,000 volume and up is personally what I'm going to do. Of course, you can sort by less. If I go all the way and sort by less, we're going to have a lot more stocks to choose from, but a lot of these stocks are going to have very, very low volume, and it might be okay for a swing trade and getting in when it's quiet. But for the purpose of this video, let's go with 0.2 million in volume and up. Now we have a list of stocks. Now this has already kind of simplified things down enough so we can start here. What you could also do is you can go in for technical indicators and you can look for stocks that are oversold. You can look for the MACD Golden Cross, stocks that are starting to bottom out and trend back onto the upside with positive momentum. That's what's going to be very helpful with some of these indicators. So if I click on that, the MACD Golden Cross, we get one stock, OPTT. This is actually a stock I've traded in the past, and I'm not in it right now, but I definitely want to take a look at it. So now what I have is I can add OPTT to a watch list just like that in green energy. It's actually already on my green energy watch list as we speak because I've traded it before, but we can add it into a watch list just like that, or we can click into the stock, get a bunch of information right across the top, and then I can dive into this stock on my platform and look a little bit deeper. So here we go. I've pulled up OPTT now on our Webull charting feature. Let me get myself out of the way. So now we can see this stock a lot better. And what we're noticing is that I actually traded it back in this range when it was in this channel. And I would be buying this stock down here towards the bottom end of the channel and I'd be selling towards the top end. And I did quite well on it, but now it's sold off as a lot of stocks, higher growth, a lot of these renewable energy stocks did sell off quite a bit the past couple of months, at least when I'm filming this video, but now it's setting back up. We have support down here just under $2. We have a higher low being developed here or putting in right here at 225, and we have the 50 period SMA, simple moving average here at about 235 or so, and it's pushing on up. It's got some resistance up here towards 280 or so. So I can start doing my own analysis, drawing some lines in here and say, okay, well right now, if I look at this chart, this stock gets up over 285, it's got lots of range to the upside. The next kind of high right here will be up towards 350. After that, up towards $4. This stock has a lot of range to the upside. If we dive into percentage-wise, what are we looking at? Okay, so percentages from the current levels, and you're looking for PTs up towards 350, up towards 4. You're looking at 30+%. And then in terms of downside to the recent lows, down towards this level right here, which would be down towards that 185, you're looking to risk less than 30% for reward of 30% or more. This situation might work out. Personally, I would risk it down to the lows back here that we saw a few days ago, which would be down about 12% risk to the downside. So from that level, this is actually a really good setup that fits our criteria that we found from that Webull scan. Now, personally myself, I like to trade stocks that are fitting this criteria, that are generally low risk, higher reward stocks. And as long as I'm cutting my position off when it does fall below those support levels to the downside that I'm identifying, I'm going to be okay, and I make sure I stick to that plan. Obviously, everyone's going to have different risk, tolerance and different, criteria when it comes to finding stocks to trade. But that's an example of a stock I like to trade personally. Not everyone's going to be the same way. So let's get rid of this MACD Golden Cross, back to our scans, and now we can find a bunch of other stocks. SUNW also pops up. Let's pull that guy up. This stock has a very similar kind of chart. Big run, has pulled back, holding support here on that 200 period simple moving average right now, down towards $9. It's up around 10. Got lots of range to the upside. Could be a stock that fits your criteria. Another stock on that scan is ALTO. Let's pull this guy up. And ALTO is actually an interesting chart. Had quite a big run a few months back, pushing up to over $11. And now it's kind of putting in horizontal support. So we can see that it's trying to hold up here around that $450 to $550 area. So in that range, we have some solid support here down below $6, and it's currently sitting just above $6. If you're looking for downside risk, you'd maybe risk it down towards $550 or maybe even down towards $450 with upside potential of double digits if it breaks out of this range that it's been in lately, down from $450 up towards about $7, $8, and it makes a move back up towards 10. So this is definitely a great tool to use. Obviously, you can customize your screener however you would see fit, however you like to play. Of course, you can look at different indicators. You can look at a lot more stocks. You can look at different price ranges, different market cap ranges to filter up to your standards. But this is a great scan. This is a great filter that I like to use to find myself stocks that are sitting at pretty good risk-reward ratios. I can easily identify the risk and plan my trade accordingly. So hopefully this video is helpful with the Webull scanner. Of course, let me know the questions in the comment section and down below. Hit that thumbs up button if you got something out of this video, and consider checking out our other videos in our Webull playlist. See you guys in the next one. Peace.